So just giving a couple of more seconds for everybody to hop from one side to another because there's a bit of a delay, and then we're going to kick off right away. I hope you've enjoyed the um, seminar so far. And now really joining us now is Diana Scheid from an expert in data analytics and data management from WashTec. And she's sharing the success story using CData Virtuality to enhance efficient, boost customer satisfaction, and implement sustainable solutions. So important at this very moment in time. Take it away, Diana.
So thank you, Tammy. Just I will share my screen immediately. One moment. Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Diana. So I will present you our customer success story and which the data analytics use cases we implemented together with CData Virtuality. So I'm working at WashTec for a bit more than 2 years. Yeah, and who is WashTec? So maybe you know, maybe not, but let's go through agenda. So I'll explain you who is WashTec, where we're located, then development of our digital platform. Our data landscape is probably what is more interesting for our audience, and also different use cases which we done together with CData Virtuality. So WashTec is a German company based in Augsburg, is a leader in car wash industry. So we provide the different products like, for example, this one is a rollover tunnel jet wash. We also have water recycling machines. Our part of our business is also digital platform. We have also different products for our chemical, and also a big part of our business is a service. So our headquarters is in Augsburg, but we also have different subsidiaries in different European countries, but also in America, Australia, and Canada. So just a question for you: how many cars are washed worldwide by our machines? What do you think? You can post it in the chat. Just like give a number of how many cars are washed with our machines from WashTec. So I see already some numbers. You can give a bit more, but here is the right answer: around 3 million. So in our mission at WashTec, we would like to have clean cars, but we would like also to provide smart machines with clean chemicals and with water recycling. And behind that, we have our digital platform. We're a digital company. We would like to be sustainable and successful. So how would the history of our digital platform? It was before me. So usually during COVID, we had several projects to generate an ideas, and together with Fraunhofer, it's the German Research Institute, and ideas were generated, different prototypes, but also we analyzed how we can work in agile environments, so with agile methodology. And after this project, we generated several value pools, like, for example, internal efficiency gains, chemical supply service, operator performance, and sustainability cases. And at this point, we decided to extend our data analytics stack, and we selected Exasol as data warehouse and CData Virtuality to implement our data analytics use cases, because for sure, for several cases in my service or my car wash, we need to have a data in place. So now we are 2024, and I will show you later which use cases we implemented for our colleagues or our customers. So digital platform is quite a big product. We have, for example, my WashTec API. Why we do that? Because we have a big customers, like, for example, Total or Westfalen, and they receive their data from machines via my WashTec API. We also deliver digital ticketing. It's like digital authorization to execute a car wash. So we have also several machine reporting and machine status. We have also Easy Car Wash and Easy Car Wash Lite. It's an application for end customer to buy our subscription to wash a car, or just to buy wash execution for all wash. Exactly. Then we have mywashtec.com. It's our platform. We have more than already now we have more than 9,000 connected machines, and we provide different use cases to our service technicians, for example, direct remote access, site history, troubleshooting, remote parameterization, contract services, and so on. But also for our customer, we have different site overview status, wash figures and sales, water consumption, conductivity, notification, and other things. So this is our platform behind, and for sure, for this, we need to have a robust infrastructure, and that's why we have Exasol and CData Virtuality providing these data analytics use cases for us. So what is our data landscape? So we have a via AWS company. So we have different sources. For example, we have a machine database. We have CarWash application, as I mentioned before. We have Digital Hub. It's a database for digital ticketing. We have different sensors, and for that we use a NoSQL database like MongoDB, where we store different documents with sensor values, but we also use some data in S3 buckets on AWS. And in the middle we have Exasol and CData Virtuality, where we integrate our data and also data consumers, for example, digital platform, also QuickSight on Amazon, data equals a machine learning application. We have different other consumers. And also we extended our data sources to external data sources. For example, as you may know, car wash industries or car wash is dependent on weather conditions, for example, and we collect weather data and transfer it also to our Exasol data warehouse to be able to, for example, forecast wash figures for each site based on weather condition. So, and this is with our data. For example, we have almost 7 million ABI calls per day from our digital hub. We work with this data. We have also car wash master data stored, for example, in our contracts or SAP systems, wash execution, machine events like error messages and something like that. Condition data, as I mentioned, car dimensions, for example, electricity measurement, library status, touch panel values, brushes values, and many other data. Water consumption, service orders, because for machine learning use cases, for example, we need to have a service orders and other external data. So, and now we have use cases, first use case. So maybe you know this, like from Gartner study, we have different type of use cases: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. For example, typical use cases for descriptive is wash count reporting and wash index is something, for example, interesting for our customer, or consumption data for water consumption, for example. This we have chemical supply services or car wash condition data monitoring, but also, for example, this predictive and prescriptive use cases. We have wash capacity prediction, as mentioned before, based on weather condition, but also, for example, predictive maintenance failure prediction, and so on. So it's just few examples, but just so that you know which kind of use cases we can implement with this data. And here I will show you how we do it with CData Virtuality. For example, one use case is from sustainable car wash area. So you see on the background this called Aquapur Modular. It's our product for water recycling. So as you may imagine, in some countries we cannot use only fresh water. We have to recycle water. That's why we have this product in place. So, and this is usually we have, I think, almost 100% recycling rate. And for our customer, for example, it's important to see the water consumption, conductivity, and also hydrolab values, for example, depth, oxygen, ammonium, temperature, and so on. So we have in our machines, because our machines are connected, I forgot probably to mention it, it's our internal development. Our machines have sensor and they're connected, and they deliver several values in our NoSQL database. For example, here you see the MongoDB. It's like a snapshot from our document DB with several values. It's information from Aquapur Modular, from our water recycling machine. Here in the middle, we have wash figures from our machine database based on MySQL technology. Then we have Postgres in background for master data. And we combine all this data together in CData Virtuality. For example, you see how it looks like in a raw format. Here we have different sensor values, different water measure as an example. And in the end, we transform it to this view where we see, okay, on this machine, we had 223 liters of water. Then we have 400 industrial water as an example, and we have different like conductivity values. And in the end, this is what's happened in background with CData Virtuality, and in the end we have this dashboard in our digital platform, which our customers or our service technician can apply or can see like results of, for example, you can also do it per program. They can see maybe one program consumed more water than another one. So this is like typical use case. So then we have also another use case, it's more a bit technical. As you may know, in CData Virtuality, you can execute native language queries. And for example, Exasol is in memory database, super fast. And for some use cases, for example, I would like to do a historization of master data. Why? For example, we need a I do a historization of software updates. For example, I would like to know which software version on which machine at what time. So this is a typical use case, but because we have so many machines on field, I would like to do it quite quickly, but I do it with native Exasol, but this like possibility to do it in CData Virtuality, and you see, for example, all these jobs that I implemented, they are like taking less than a minute. So this is like the copying of data to Exasol and then execute native Exasol. It's taking milliseconds. This is like an example of historization done in Exasol and CData Virtuality. So and here is like a use case for machine learning area, for example. So you know the data is in your gold, and we have to, it's a quite big use case. So we have problems on gearboxes on our brushes, on side brush or roof brush, and if it will break, our machines will not work anymore. And for our customer, it's quite important to have a like high uptime. That's why we would like to know before it's going to be broken. So that's why we decided to implement a machine learning use case, but our data stored like in several places. For example, we have power reference values from our side brushes and roof brushes stored in MongoDB. Then we have service reports from SAP, but we store it in S3 bucket, and we have a way from S3 bucket to Exasol through CData Virtuality. And then also we have machine events like error messages on the machine stored in our machine database, and also wash figures. And how it looks like in like machine learning application, we use data EQ for that. So in background, we have a lot of data pipelines with CData Virtuality, and we have Exasol. And here, as you may see, the flow in data EQ to be able to generate a data set and then to use a model to predict if a machine is in a like a gearbox is in a like okay status or not. So, and usually if you work on machine learning projects, you know the data pre-processing is the biggest step, and that's why for us it is important to have a data in like Exasol, and some data we transfer in hourly basis, some data we transfer in daily basis, depends on the data, but so we have a 3 application here in place: CData Virtuality, Exasol, and data EQ. And this is the story behind. So we transfer the data. We have this machine learning algorithms working in background, and this is a story behind. We have one gearbox, what is okay, and here we see the oil is coming out. So, and this is what usually, this is insight was generated by our dashboard, and our service colleagues, they did this picture for us and said, okay, your machine learning algorithms was correct. So they did a replacement of a gearbox here. So, and this is like in the background, we have 3 applications: data EQ, Exasol as a database, and CData Virtuality for data integration to be able to generate machine learning predictions for our gearboxes. So this is, and why like we do that? We decided to have a software as a service, or go with all the solutions, because our team is quite small. We need to have a robust infrastructure in place to be able to focus our so that we focus on our data analytics use cases and not on, for example, some infrastructure topics. And you probably know if you have a robust infrastructure, then your machine learning engineer can focus more on machine learning and not on infrastructure. So this is our story behind. And you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Yeah, which other use cases we can implement? Yeah, we have several use cases. For example, for per wash contracts, we transfer data firstly to Exasol via CData Virtuality, and then from our database, we push the data in SAP to be able to generate automatic invoicing, for example. This is also, for that, we need a robust infrastructure to be able to have this data like every hour or every day in good conditions in our Exasol database. So, and thank you for your time. I think I'm a bit quicker than I usually I should be, but maybe you have any questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that presentation, Diana. I do have one little question for you, which is, how do you define data analytics use cases for your platform?
Oh, yes. I mean, we have so as I mentioned before, we have this roadmap. We have this value pools, but what we do usually every 3 months, we have a roadmap day with our colleagues, with our customers. We have a different product manager for different lines, and we discuss with them what is important for service technicians, what is important for our customer. And this is coming not from me, the use case, they're coming from business. And usually we we put them on a roadmap and we just implement it. First time we see, okay, do we have data? If yes, then let's do data integration and then implement some dashboards or machine learning use cases.
Yeah, that's cool. So with all this work, like all these kind of analysis you do, all this kind of looking at predictive maintenance and all of that, I mean, you're kind of the amount of people who work in your data analytics stack must be enormous. How many people work for you there?
Oh, good question. Usually not so much. Usually it's 1.5 person. It's me and another colleague.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, it's like we are not so big. We are not a huge company. We have only I forgot to mention it in the beginning. We have 1,800 or 1,300 employees, but most of them are service technicians. So in our team for data analytics and digital platform, it's me and another colleague. She's working also on application support, for example, but we are like 1.5. That's why, and we are implementing our use cases. But that's why we need to have a good setup on tools to be able to do it quickly.
So basically, all that machine learning with Exasol, Data IQ, and kind of CData Virtuality is kind of allows you to, with a lot less people, be able to kind of do already machine learning analysis about the information. That's amazing. And how do you know which data your machines generate? How do you do that?
Oh, so usually I'm not located in enterprise IT, as typically I'm located in R&D and service or digital platform. And in my team we have machine development. So usually I'm close to the source, so I can ask them. Okay, so usually we have like different meetings and we discuss new features, but also I know from documentation, for example, with this software version of this machine, we will have this and these features and this data delivered in our databases. So usually we have also a QA system and also production. So, but usually if we have something like new, it will be firstly there in our QA system and then going on the field.